Hey guys. So we're gonna use fourth period's class as the example class today, but everyone's stuff should look fairly similar. So a couple of things that have been slightly modified since I want to say Friday. First of all, the stream has been cleaned. So, well, I guess since before Friday. So the stream can get exhausting because you get all of these notifications about classwork. And so a lot of you guys tend to scroll in the stream a lot for your classwork, which is impossible to find things. And so there's a fancy setting that I didn't know existed that puts all of your classwork in classwork. And in the stream, there are only announcements, which is awesome. So if you're super confused about where your work is, it is under the classwork tab where it has always been. It's just that the stream has been cleaned up to include only announcements and not notifications for classes. So, one more thing too before I get going that I continue to repeat myself. I just continue to repeat myself constantly. I feel like because there are people that aren't watching these videos or aren't fully paying attention to what's going on. So, as far as regrades go, if you need something regraded, it's in the announcement page and it will continue to be posted under every single week. There's a regrade request form. If you want to request that something gets regraded, you have to use that form. It is impossible for me to go into Classroom and spend all of my time just waiting to see if somebody has turned something in. And then on top of that, my emails are getting flooded constantly with different requests and different things going on because it's our main form of communication now. So if you request for something to be regraded and I flag it or I star it or something, 9 chances out of 10 in 24 hours, your email is going to be on a whole entirely separate different page because I've had so many emails since then and it's really hard to keep track of. So if you would please let me know what your class period is. Tell me what the assignment is that needs to be graded. If you have the ability to upload it, if it's like your own separate document, you can attach it. If it's something that's already assigned in Google Classroom, you just need to make sure that you press the turn in button, and then you can skip that part. And then if there's anything else that you need me to know, whether it's like you're working on some other things and you just want to let me know that I should be looking out for those assignments to be coming in, or if you had any comments about anything related to that assignment, you can let me know. Otherwise, you can just leave it blank. The only required answers right now are that you tell me your class period and that you tell me what the assignment is that needs to be regraded. If you have received a grade for an assignment and you immediately turn around and turn it back in, if you don't submit the form, I do not know that I need to go back and regrade it. So, okay. That was our lecture for the day. Okay, so let's look and see what's going on for this week. This week's kind of a little bit of a slower week. I know there are a lot of people that are trying to catch up on grades because they have let those go to the wayside. And so we're kind of slowing down for this week to give not only those people that are trying to catch up a chance to breathe, but to give everybody a chance to breathe. So let's go to the week at a glance. 6th, 7th, and 8th period, yours is going to say B day. Everybody else, your A day. So the first thing, if you're an A day for Monday, you are going to watch this video. You're going to check in for attendance, and then you're going to complete just the first part of your assignment for this week, which is called the Giraffe Awards. So we're going to start applying logic to our arguments this week. And then next week, we're going to start looking at some murder cases, which should be significantly more fun. So you're only doing the first part. You've been assigned the whole entire thing, but you only have to do up to slide 8, and then you can pause because it's a really good stopping point. If you want to move ahead, you're more than welcome to, but you don't need to. So if you are a B-Day person, Let's just go to 6th period real quick. 6th period, when you look at your week at a glance, you're going to see that those things are happening on Tuesday. Okay. The only thing that is due, A-Day people, the only thing that is due on Tuesday is just your attendance assignment from Monday. And B-Day people, the only thing that is due on Wednesday is your attendance assignment from Tuesday. Okay, so the idea is that you guys are just pacing yourself with the Giraffe Awards assignment and you're getting as far as you need to, and then you're stopping. Okay, so the assignment itself isn't going to be due until, so if you're an A-Day person, if you're 1st, 2nd, or 4th period, the Giraffe Awards assignment is going to be due on Thursday. That's your turn-in day, Thursday at 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay, if you are a B-Day person, your Giraffe Awards assignment is not going to be due until 8 o'clock in the morning on Friday. Okay, so the only thing you guys have to worry about this week about turning in is your attendance assignments and then the Giraffe Awards, and that's it. So let's look at the Giraffe Awards assignment. So everybody's assignment is going to look the same right now because we're slowing down this week and we all need a break. I have my whole entire week is very full of parent-teacher conferences, some of which I took care of last week, a lot of which I'm doing this week. And so we are all slowing down because it's been really hard to keep up with things. So this is the assignment, and the task card tells you exactly the order that you're going to do things in. So it looks like you have a lot to do for the first part and then a little bit in the second part, but that's not really the case. There is a little bit of stuff that's going into this first part, but the part where you're really applying your learning is this last part. So you'll notice that for Monday/Tuesday, you're going to be working all the way through these slides, and then you're going to stop at slide 8. And slide 8 is going to tell you to make sure that you did all the stuff before it, but that you're done for your learning for the day, because it's a really good stopping point. Okay, and then these slides here are for the rest of the week, for when you come back. So I'll talk to you about that in the next day's video. But for now, I'm just going to talk through the first couple of slides. So the task card gives you all of the directions. When you get to slide 3, you are going to watch this video. It's going to give you a little introduction into this thing that is called the Giraffe Project, which is like a real actual thing that exists in the world, which is really crazy, by this organization. And so they're going to give you a little bit of an intro about like what it is and what it involves. So when you get to slide 4, there are a handful of directions, and this is where we're going to continue to look at. So there's, from last week, we talked about persuasion, which is where you're really using persuasive appeals to win over an audience, right? For whatever your purpose is. And usually when we talk about persuasion, we especially tend to think that persuasion is much more reliant upon people's emotions, or things that they think is credible that will help win them over to somebody's side. Argument itself is very, very, very focused on logic more than anything else. Okay, so if you're making a really strong case, making a really good argument, it's going to be one that is fully grounded in logic. It's really objective. You're not playing into people's feelings or emotions. You're just looking at things very sort of black and white to a certain extent. So you guys are going to be applying some of that learning from last week to this assignment. So it won't feel like we're doing English, but I promise you we are doing English. So after you watch that video, the first thing it's going to say is to read about the foundation's criteria. So once you get to this part, you're going to know what I'm talking about when I say the foundation. So you will just click there to get to the criteria that the foundation has for people who might be nominated to win a Giraffe Award. Okay, so you can read through this. If you want to, you can make a copy of this document. It's a view-only document for you, but if you want to make a copy, you can go File, Make a Copy, and then you can highlight anything that you want to highlight or whatever. So you're more than welcome to do that, but you don't have to. It's up to you. Or if you just want to take notes, if you want to do things the old school way because you haven't written in weeks, take some notes. That's fine too. So you're going to look at their criteria for someone to receive a draft award. And then after you look over all of the criteria, then you're going to look at each of the cases that are in this folder, and you're going to have to decide which people, if there are any, which ones should receive the draft award. The catch is that you're going to have to defend your side. So if you decide a certain case deserves the award, you need to be able to say why. So there are 7 cases. They are labeled with letters. So you have case A, case B. So for example, let's go to case B. It's going to give you, this is the situation. It's going to tell you about a woman named Betty Washington and some of the things that she's doing for her community. You need to decide based off of this document. So this is all that you know. If this is all that you know, you have to make a decision based off of everything that you find out about this lady, whether or not she meets the criteria that the foundation has set out for, like, winning a draft award. Like, does she qualify for this draft award? Does she meet all of the things that she has to meet? So you're going to compare to the requirements and then decide for each case, do they qualify or not? So the best way to do this is in slide 5 and slide 6 and slide 7, you're going through this process in the slides. So if you want to take notes on paper, that is completely fine with me, and then just transfer it over here. It's up to you. So you're going to look at, you're essentially doing exactly everything that this slide has said to do, and you're doing it in the order in the slides. So for slide 5, it's going to tell you to list the criteria that the foundation has. So tell me all the things that in order to be a Giraffe Award winner, what is it that these people would have had to do or show or whatever. So there are not necessarily 7 things that they have to do. I just made sure to have enough rows for you if you needed it. So if you don't have that many that you find, that's okay. If you have more, that's fine. Just read very closely. So you're making sure that you're coming up with all of the things that somebody has to have. Then what you're going to do is you'll read through those cases, and you'll read in that folder. You're going to have to decide who does not qualify. So that's in slide 6. And then in slide 7, this is who does qualify. So you're going to have to organize everything. So what I recommend doing is going to the folder and starting with case A. Read about case A. You have 2 people who have been doing all of these things for their community. You need to decide, do these people here qualify or not? Go back to your slides. If they don't qualify, put case A here and then type some notes in for why they don't qualify. And they don't have to be complete sentences. So it could be something like the foundation requires that the person who's being nominated for an award shows bravery. And maybe in case A, you decide that these people didn't show bravery, so they don't qualify. I'm just giving this as an example. This is not necessarily the case at all, but or you might read it and you decide, okay, I'm going to put case A under the do qualify part because they did show bravery and that's the foundation requires that or whatever. So you'll organize all of them, and then when you're done, you're done. So when you get to slide 8, you stop. You're not like done, but you're done for this part. So this is a really great stopping point so you don't wear yourself out. So when you're finished organizing everything, you can be done for the day. And you won't turn this in right away. Just move all the way up to slide 8, and then you can stop, and then you're at a stopping point. I am going to go ahead and record the directions for the next handful of slides in a different video for the second part of the week. So if you're one of those people that has decided, I don't want to stop here, I want to keep going, but I want to listen to Miss Humphrey talk through the directions, then just go ahead and move ahead and move forward to the next class day's directions. Okay, so if you're not one of those people, you can stop there and that's fine. And then you'll be done. So just make sure that you check in for attendance, and then do those first handful of slides for the draft awards for your Monday/Tuesday for April 20th/21st. And then you'll be good. Okay. Hope everyone's doing well. I usually start off my little video saying, hey, I hope you're doing well. And I don't know that I did that. So I hope you're doing well. Hope everyone's surviving and not going entirely crazy yet. Maybe you are. I don't know. Yeah. So anyway, if you have questions, let me know. You can always email me. The Hangouts in the Week at a Glance, the Hangouts link is still live. So if you need to talk to me at any point or chat or whatever, I'll be there. And that's it. That's it for your Monday or your Tuesday, depending on what class you are. So see you guys later.